Welcome to all for our second Aquarian Salon in the second cycle. And today's topic is the mother. This is our theme for today. Frank Berger, a guitar teacher from Berlin, Germany, will do the musical opening with a live guitar play. He will also give short musical inputs and play again at the close of the salon. Risa from Central USA, she will moderate the conversation. Lauren Glass from California, she's operating Zoom and will show you the slides we have prepared. Rosa Fernandez, living near New York City. She is taking care of you, the participants, when you want to speak or when you write via chat. My name is Ludger Phillips. I'm living in Switzerland and I will speak about my paintings. Now Frank will start with the music. will speak the prayer for group coherence together. Sahana bhavatu, sahano bhunaktu, saha viryam karavavahe, tejasvinavati tamastu, ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May we be protected together. May we share and enjoy together. May we work efficiently together. Let there be no hindrances to our enlightenment. Let no malice prevail. Let peace be in all the three planes. Risa? Your microphone is muted.
Oh, sorry. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our summer Aquarian Salon. I'm smiling inside of myself. I want to tell you that I know that I look unusual. I'm wearing these glasses. They're to protect me from the computer. They're not beautiful glasses, but they are protective. And I am also wearing a protective cloth that has gold in it so that I cannot be affected by the computer. So forgive the way I look, but I wanted to explain to you. Well, here we are. This is our second year for our salon. And I wanted you to know that we have created this salon to create a worldwide conversation. Even though there's a small amount of us here, the Tibetan always says a small group is just perfect. And the perfect number arrives. This will be going out into the world to other people. It's being recorded. So we'll go out into the world after we're done. So a group of us wanted to come together and create, with Ludger's paintings, a salon and enter into the world of art and into the world of astrology and the wisdom teachings. So there's many layers to our salon each time. So the first thing I would like us to do is to say the prayer of the white magician. And Lauren will put that up on the screen. The white magician is a disciple who always works with goodwill, a disciple who works with the will to good and the will to love. And so the prayer of the white magician. We can say this together, everyone. May inner vision be ours. May our eye see clearly the beauty of the Lord. May our voice speak only in benediction and our hands only be used in helpfulness. We say that every morning in meditation in our group. May our voices speak only in benediction and our hands only be used in helpfulness. What a beautiful prayer. And so I think we have an astrology chart for today. It's always good to see what the energies are for the day. You know, everyone, we tell our students that change only happens when transits occur, when something in the sky touches our chart. And so in our astrology today, we have Sun and Venus in Leo. Now, what is Leo? Leo is our creative self. And in Aquarius, Aquarius is saying to all of us who have Leo in our chart, what are your talents? What are your abilities? Cultivate them because you will help create the new culture and civilization. And so Leo is the heart of the matter of each of us. and our creativity. We have Mercury in Virgo today, the mother, and we're speaking of the mother today in all of her different forms. Notice the moon. The moon is the feminine aspect in the chart, also the mother, and it's conjunct Chiron today. Moon conjunct Chiron. The mother, she heals, she nourishes, and she nurtures. There's also a moon square Pluto, nourishing and nurturing the transformation that must come into our world. When we think about how the world considers the feminine is often downgraded, but in the Aquarian age, the feminine will rise up and stand completely equal to the masculine. So everything is a symbol, even the mother is a symbol, and everything in our world is clothed in 9 veils. And our work in the Aquarian Salon is to uncover those veils, to penetrate into the symbols and discover their essence. And then when we gaze upon these symbols and these paintings, especially Ludger's, we share with each other what we see, what we feel. I was inspired to call our summer Aquarian Salon the Mother Principle because I looked at Ludger's paintings and I saw such beautiful paintings of the mother, and the fact that we're in 3 signs in the summer: Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. Cancer is the mother, the womb that takes the seed and prepares it to come into the world. And Leo is the heart of the matter, which is love. And what love is there in our world that we cherish the most but the love of the mother? So, Cancer is the gate in which a new life enters the world. And Leo is the maiden and the lion. She's leading us to the heart of the matter. She leads us to the star Regulus, which is the star of the white magician, our prayer of the white magician. And there's a word in our country now called MAGA, M-A-G-A, which is really magic, and it really represents the star Regulus in Leo. And then there's Virgo. She is the Madonna. She's pregnant with the Holy Child. And that is really a code word for the soul. So if we count 9 signs backwards from Virgo to Capricorn, we have 9 signs, 9 months of pregnancy. She then gives birth. At winter solstice, the new light. The sign of Virgo is also Ceres, the mother of Persephone. She grows our gardens. And Virgo alerts us that autumn is soon. And at autumn equinox, Pluto will take Ceres' daughter, Persephone, down into the underworld. Notice everything I'm saying is symbolic. They're archetypes. So there are 3 major Western signs of the mother: Eve, Isis, and Mary. Only Mary holds the Holy Child. This is a really profound esoteric piece of information that I'm going to tell you. And when I first heard about it, it was a revelation to me. So there are 3 Western signs of Mary: Eve, Isis, and Mary. But only Mary holds the Holy Child. And what could that possibly mean? So if we look at the constitution of man, I'm going to talk about this. This is our geography and our map. If we go from the top to the bottom, it's from heaven or spirit down to earth. That's called the involutionary arc. If we go from earth to heaven, from bottom to up, that's the evolutionary arc. Humanity is right at the very bottom and just a little tiny bit past the darkest time of our lives. So, Mary symbolizes humanity coming into matter. So, let's look at Eve. Eve stands on the mental plane. Lauren is going to point out those areas. The mental plane. Eve appears on the mental plane. Humanity appears on the mental plane. And Eve is the symbol of humanity in the Garden of Eden. And being told, do not eat of the apple of knowledge. Do not touch this tree. Well, the mental plane, Eve begins the human undertaking of the human experience, experiment, and expression for our Aryan times by seeking knowledge. Adam and Eve wanted knowledge. Humanity wanted knowledge. The angels wanted humanity to have knowledge. So Eve ate the apple of knowledge. And then she began our human experience. Eve has no child in her arms. The germ of the soul or of awareness is too small here. But then we have Isis, and she steps down into the emotional plane, the emotional plane. And this is the midway point between mental and physical. And she is the desire of all nations. She carries the seed of the desire of all nations. She also does not hold the baby child. She is fertile and has the germ of the Christ life, and she guards that little tiny germ. In the emotional plane, Isis calls us to stand on that emotional plane with poise, not allowing the waters of our emotions to cloud our thinking. And then we step down into the physical level, and there we have Mary, and she is carrying the process of the physical and gives birth to the Holy Child, because it is only when humanity reaches that level on the physical plane that humanity can begin to call forth the soul. Mary is the child, has the child in her arms, and humanity has reached a place where they can begin to prepare to return to heaven. And to do this, we need the assistance of the soul. And Jesus, the Holy Child, was born at a new light at winter solstice, and Jesus and the Christ are code words for the soul. From out of matter, Virgo, from out of matter, the soul appears. And only through me, said the Christ or the soul, can you return to the Father. And so Mary, holding the baby child, delivers humanity to humanity. Mary delivers to humanity the Holy Child or the soul. And from this soul, when we lift up our personality to the soul, are we able to step upon the path of return and return to our origins. So in these three formations of Mary, we have three aspects of the personality. We have the physical body, the emotions, and the lower mind. And Virgo, holding that child and pregnant with that child, synthesizes all three feminine aspects, Eve, Isis, and Mary. And Virgo integrates the personality. So the soul, she purifies the personality. So the soul, which is gestating within matter, can appear and direct the personality. And therefore, that is why Mary is the only Madonna that holds the soul. And so we see this is a profound mystery, and it's a symbol. And now as esotericists and as disciples, we understand and we unveiled some of those veils. Now there are other symbols for Mary and the mother in the Hindu religion. There's Durga and Sailaputra. This woman is the daughter of the mountain. She moves in the Himalayas, and she is accompanied by a lion. She's the guiding star of the entire hierarchy, and many masters have met her. The words about her, they call her the precious jewel, the star of the sea, and the world mother. Oftentimes when the hierarchy, those are our teachers, the inner government, inner spiritual government, when they need a solution concerning a great crisis, they will go to Sailaputra and ask her, what do we do? And she will tend to the solution. Sailaputra is described by Master E.K. in his books, The World Teacher and Man Sacrifice. She is also a form of Durga. And then we have Shakti, and her name means sacred force. She's a divine mother who's loving and compassionate. She gives birth to and nurtures all new life, whether it's a newborn baby, a brand new relationship, a fresh idea, or a magical manifestation. And then there's Kali. Kali's scary. She can do terrible things to protect those who cannot protect themselves. And then there's Prithvi or Darha, the earth. This is the earth. It is the earth goddess or the earth mother, the one who holds everything. And she gives all of her children all that they need. See how she dances in joy. She loves her children. And so Prithvi is her name, and she is the goddess and the mother of the earth. Everything is a symbol, and everything is clothed in so many veils. And our work here at the Aquarian Salon is to share and uncover those veils. We penetrate into the symbols, we discover their essence, and then we share what we know with others. That's you and me and all of us. And we do that. Let's do that today. And each time we have the salon with Ludger's paintings. And so let us turn to Ludger's paintings. And so he says that the images that he paints originate from an idea. The idea leads to different stages of expression. And the original is the idea, and this original cannot be sold or bought. And so we turn to Ludger's paintings, but first I think we're going to have some music from Frank. Oh, how do we approach the paintings? Let's just go through this quickly. What symbols do we see, and what do we notice in the paintings? And is there any information we sense? Do the symbols mean anything to us? And what do we sense or feel when looking at the paintings? Is there anything stirred within us? What do we think the artist is trying to convey? And what questions might we have about the painting? And I think it's time for Frank to play his music. Is that right?
Thank you, Frank. This picture is called Cancer, Cosmic Musicians and the Moon. Sublime music is always associated with the divine, and our soul naturally responds to high-quality music, and we get absorbed into its enchanting vibrations. We speak about the mother aspect. The mother aspect is, on the cosmic level, the cosmic consciousness, which comes from the father, from the background forth. And in this moment, when it starts expressing, there is a field of potential vibrations before it gets into concrete forms, and these are called the cosmic music. The cosmic vibrations, potential vibrations, and they are described in the scriptures as Gandharvas, the musicians. They are intelligences, or as they are called in the East, devas, who produce periodicities, repetitions, rhythmic repetitions, and durations. They are also called blissful devas, the musical waves before and beyond physical manifestation. The musical hierarchy is presided over by Soma, the cosmic lunar principle which exists on all planes. In astrology, his energy is represented through Neptune. On the planetary plane, it is Venus, the beauty of Venus. And on the plane of our Earth, it is the satellite Moon. In the center of the picture, you see three spheres representing the Moon principle in the different scales. They are composed through photos of the Moon, a Chinese ivory carving, and a picture of the constellation of Cancer in the background. There are, you see, rays coming down to the sphere, the lower sphere, like a higher sphere touching the lower sphere. And the Moon principle is the principle of reflection. And from the higher is reflected in the lower, and so the lunar energies are coming down to the Earth. In the upper part of the picture, you see three angels with lanceolets, which are taken from the works of the English pre-Raphaelite painter Edward Burne-Jones, who lived in the 19th century. I worked them over to represent these devas of the musical hierarchy and the musical vibrations penetrating the cosmos are visualized by these rays descending from the cosmos.
This is the most beautiful painting, one of your most beautiful paintings, Ludger. I really love them. I love this one. You know, it reminds me of Oms. The Tibetan talks about saying the Oms. He goes, the Oms are the sounds of creation, the songs of creation. They create light that creates a vibration, just like the vibration of the Gandharvas, and then it penetrates form. And so I link those Gandharvas with that light and that vibration that enters and penetrates form. Such a gift for humanity. Such a beautiful painting, Ludger. Would anyone else like to respond to this painting, this beautiful, balanced painting? Cancer. It's called Cancer, the Cosmic Musicians and the Moon. Beautiful. Would anyone else like to share about what they see or feel when they look at this and gaze at this painting? Let's give people time to gather their thoughts and feelings and see what people think, feel.
It's Lauren. I'd like to respond.
Lauren, please go ahead.
I just really feel that this is very uplifting. When I look at this photo, I feel really uplifted, and I love the colors of the Gandharvas and the music. It feels very, like to Ludger's point, how music is so important in the sound. So I really think this painting's stunning. I love it. I love the glimmering cosmos in the background and the lights and the lines and the Cancer moon. It's just really beautiful. So I just really like that. I love the colors and the contrast.
Thank you, Lauren. Rosa, I think some people have their hands up.
Hello. What is really amazing about this picture is the perspective. I feel like the Gandharvas, the angels, are watching the birth of the Earth, moon constellations, and they're sort of kind of pondering and giving like their blessing to their becoming of something that they treasure or that they protect and watch over. Yeah, that's the feeling that I have, and I love this the composition about it, and also the colors, the amazing colors of Gandharvas, and I just feel like yeah, their energy has not only about devas of music itself, but all, as you said, about the vibrations, and also I suppose one of the Gandharvas is always watching the lengths of our spell of our lifetime. So yeah, they have many responsibilities, and I just feel it, you know, that they are watching real us and supporting us.
Thank you, Redmi. Carolyn, did you want to say something, Carolyn?
Yeah, I just, as a musician, and I've been a flutist for well over 60 years. I recently had the privilege of performing with the canon music director of the Indianapolis Christ Church Cathedral, amazing organist. And it's just nice. This is not profound, but it's I appreciate seeing someone try to put into an image what I've been trying to do all these years, because I don't do, you know, the visual art. I just practice and perform, and I know it moves people, but I've never been quite clear why or how, you know, because when you're the performer, it's not quite the same. You're concentrating. Anyway, thank you for this. This is an amazing image. I just appreciate seeing it. Thank you.
So you and Frank and Ruth and others who are musicians are part of the Gandharvas. We would call you part of the Gandharvas, the musical devas.
Wow. Thank you for that.
Tracy? Thank you, Rosa. And thank you, Ludger. That's a beautiful, beautiful painting. I just had one brief comment. When I sort of pulled my vision out, it almost looks like an eyeball there in the center, like the inner eye. And it was just another level of information that came through. So thank you.
Ruth?
Your microphone is muted.
Yeah, Ruth here. These lights, my imagination, it looks like the strings, and it will show the grand piano, for example. Here, can you see?
Oh, that's so
Here
interesting.
you see the strings, and with these trumpets or sounds, a flute, with what you said, Caroline, these strings come into resonance through the breath. So if I press the pedal and do like this, home. I don't know whether you can listen it through via Zoom, but it gives resonance, and that was my pictures. So that these lights are like strings, and they are giving music through the breath of the angels and devas. Thank you.
Such a mystical statement, Ruth. Beautiful statement. And alignment with those strings of the piano. How extraordinary.
Or you can also say it's like a harp, and the piano is a development of the harp. So.
Andre?
Yeah, first I would say it's a wonderful vibrational picture. But what I deeply see it is like a triangle work from Neptune, from the outer ring to Venus, to the inner ring, the planetary system, to the moon that gives us the strings of information that come from the cosmic rays to form humanity. This is what I see in this musical vibrational picture.
That's an extraordinary statement.
Birke?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think for me, this painting expresses really a lot, really much tender and care and what is the word? The word is gone. Compassion, and so we really try to care the seed. What is or the birth, whatever the cancer is a sign of birth, where the divine goes into the material. And I think this is really, for me, it expresses a lot of caring. Is how the angel look, they are focused on something special, and so yeah, they forget themselves just to try to find just to try to support what's the process of what's going on there.
Rebecca wrote, it feels like a gift to humanity.
We almost don't want to leave this painting, right? We'd kind of like to look at it forever. So beautiful. Do other people want to say anything before we go to Ludger's next painting?
I loved Ruth's response with the strings and then actually her showing us the image. That was really beautiful response.
Yeah, that was very unusual, very, very unusual. What a connection. The strings, the lines of light, the sounds, the devas, the music. We are so much more than we know we are, right, everybody? Let us go to the next painting. Thank you, Ludger. It's beautiful. This is Leo, the gateway of the sun center.
in this painting from Leo, the gateway of the sun center, you enter different dimensions when you look at the image. There's a stairway leading upway, and in meditation we go up from the heart center, we lift to the brow center, to the Agnya, finally to the Sahasrara center. A yogi is meditating on correspondences between the centers in us and the centers on the planet and the centers in the cosmos. Here, when you go via the stair, you see at the Agnya center, a little vaguely in the image, the symbol of the sun, the circle with a point inside. And from there, you go up, and in the head, you come to the head center, the Sahasrara, the 1,000-petaled lotus. Here in the head of this yogi, it opens up into a space of the earth, and it is the direction to Shambhala. And so through this portal of light, you enter inside and up. You go up, and from there you enter into a vertical line which goes from the sun. I took a photo of the physical sun to another sun above the sun, the heart of the sun or the cosmic sun, and then beyond the spiritual sun. This is difficult to depict. I took a photo of a statue of Dattatreya on my altar and put it here in the center of this higher sun, and a Trinity in unity coming together. And all this is in a channel from the head to the sun and to the cosmos. And from there, the rays of light go out in a different direction on the starry background, showing the different rays and the multi-dimensional expansion of creation.
You know, there's a photo of the fact that our brain mind, our skull, our brain mind reflects everything in the heavens, literally. This reminds me of that. The light floods down from the heavens, from the soul, from the stars and planets into our body, enters into the chakras. And this really shows how it comes forth. I want to suggest to everyone something. I'm listening to Ludger speak, and he says words that some of you might not understand or have never heard before, like Gandharvas, like Dattatreya, like there are 3 levels of the sun, like the rays. I want to suggest that you write down words that you hear from either myself or someone else or Ludger, and write those words down and ask us at the end when we're talking, when we have social hour, what does that mean? Because I know that some of you might not know who Dattatreya is and what does it mean, the rays, and 3 levels of the sun, what does that mean? So we all look forward to those questions if you don't understand something.
Yes, in this visual form of expression of the painting, it is like a condensed form of many dimensional wisdom teachings. They all are meditated upon, and they are just in a framework with symbols which can guide you very deep into very profound dimensions, but you need to ponder on it. You do not have to open a big book and read many pages about concepts about this, but the image gives the possibility of experience. just by looking at it. But when you want to understand, then it is with our mind. And for this, it needs understanding, and therefore it needs questions.
Mhm. I guess that's another level of our salon. I never thought of it before, but as I listened to Ludger saying these words, I thought, oh, this is another level. What words do the people not understand? And let's talk about them if you don't. So would anyone like to respond to this painting of Ludger's of this flood of extraordinary light into our bodies?
Andre?
This is a beautiful picture that only means remember. It's good to meditate. It looks for me like the Gayatri. In the Gayatri, they explain the three different stages of the suns, the normal, the solar, and cosmic. It's like the verses, and you can remember if you meditate in this, you feel like to get uplifted. And this picture explains for me that to get uplifted. This is what I feel.
I like your statements, Andre. They're very beautiful and esoteric, and they leave us to ponder within our imagination what you're talking about. And that's another something, perhaps people don't know what the Gayatri is, and if you don't, we can explain it.
Yeah. Should I try to explain it? Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. It's only a long meditate with it, and then as to feel like the three different stages of the sun. We on Earth we material, and then you go this lift up. If you say it more and more, it's the second verse. You go to the solar stage and then to the cosmic stage. And this how often you tell it 12 times or more, and every morning I do this, and in the evening, and I get uplifted. This is an experience. Everyone must learn by itself. But I'm not too deep in to say to say it exactly. But it's my experience. That's the state today.
I really like what you said. It uplifts you to the different stages of the sun, and I never heard that, and I never understood that. But maybe we can say the Gayatri later, and we can hear that and think about it. Thank you, Andre. Would anyone else like to share about this painting?
I'd like to,
Oh, Ludger, have you painted the Gayatri?
Not as such. I painted as expect. Yes, I did, but I cannot quickly get the painting.
No.
But there's a modern version of the image of Gayatri, where I took away the Indian faces and put faces from Western artists to the different heads of Gayatri. Yes, maybe later when we are through that, I look that I find quickly the painting there. When we come to the Gayatri, yes.
So this is how, when each one of us responds, something creative comes forth. And that's exciting for this group. That's exciting. That's what the salon should be. Does anybody else want to respond to this painting? We can go to the next one, if not. Oh, Lauren, you were going to say something.
yeah, I'm being really attracted to, drawn to those rays, those lines. Like we just saw lines in the previous, and then we see these rays emanating. So for me, I just really am being inspired by them. I think they're beautiful. So I just really appreciate that feature.
I see them too now. You know, when we say what we see in the painting, then we look at the painting and we see the painting with even more depth. I didn't see those lines before. Now I do.
And now I just can't get this image of the strings and the piano. It was so inspiring to me. So it's just really creatively stimulating right now. It's really beautiful. So thank you.
Creatively stimulating. That's what we hope the salon will do for each one of us.
The stair which you see was for me a symbol of the different stages of our awareness we are going through. From the grossest phases to subtler, to subtler, to subtler phases in meditation. And so I searched very long for such a stair to give it in a perfect way. And then I saw something going through a tunnel to light. And then I put away everything from the tunnel, but just then the door to the light. And this is for me very much related to a profound meditation, where we go slowly from one plane of our awareness to deeper or more expanded planes. And here the stair is like there's no space in between. You walk through space and no ground. It is going just through the open space.
Isabella mentioned on the chat, I love the name of the painting and the painting.
And the painting is called The Gateway of the Sun Center.
Yes, you get to the center of the sun, and there, this is the portal, the white portal, but then the different dimensions of the sun above. And these are the centers of the sun.
I wanted to share that this sun really connects with my heart. Like I feel my heart so connected to this sun. It almost feels like a heart to me.
Rosa, that's interesting. In reading, what am I reading? Every single night I open up my treatise on white magic, and he talked about the secret of the heart of the sun, that hardly anyone really understands it. But he says it's the Tibetan says to stand in the morning in the sun, in the evening as the sun goes down, and connect with the heart of the sun. So that's what I think about when you talk about when we look at this beautiful painting by Ludger, the heart of the sun.
Andre?
Shall we go to the next painting?
Yeah, no, 1 second. Only want back to the steps. The heart to the sun is a wonderful word. It's like the steps, like we walk to the heart, the sun, step by step in our consciousness. We rise in there. And this is what our awareness today is. We can learn more and more about this if we stay and get together.
Learn more and more about it. Is that what you're saying, Andre?
Yes, that's right. That's the point. But my English a little bit. Okay. Thank you.
Perfect, Andre. Your English is beautiful and perfect.
Thank you.
Does anybody else want to...
Birk wrote, the strings are the string layers of Narad. Is that what you mean, Birk?
What does that mean?
The string layer, the strings layer of Narada?
They're the instrument, Lyra. The instrument of Narada.
The lyre of Narada or Apollo. They play the lyre. And Narada is the Vedic god. What is in German? What is here for us in the West? Mercury.
Oh, Mercury.
Yeah,
beautiful.
This is Narada. So
the strings are the lyra. The strings are the instrument lyra, the Narada or Mercury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
He carries always a veena in the West and this in the East, and this veena has 7 strings, which are the 7 planes of creation. And he plays his music, and he He's traveling as the messenger through all the dimensions of cosmos.
So I'm writing this down so people can use it in chat because I love those words. Thank you. The
Yeah.
seven, the seven strings are like the 7 levels on the Constitution of Man that we showed before.
Yes.
Ruth?
I will again put in a musical image, a practical part. These steps are 7 steps. It's like the scales in music. If you want to listen, it's just. So, and this is the octave. So always, if I play like that, if I stop here, how do you feel? Can you listen? So we have a natural feeling for this coming together, the octave inside, and you can do this experiment with everybody who doesn't know anything about wisdom or about music. So, and these are the 7 steps, and the 8th is the octave. So it's the surrounding of everything. And often when I practice music, every musician, or I know it as a pianist, has to play to practice scales, and you can say, okay, practicing scales could be a very boring exercise, but if and I try to teach this also to my pupils, to my students, if you get in the concentration of scales, then you are just going step by step, and over a whole life you go deeper, and that's a kind of the other thing I was in resonance to this picture, Ludger, you said the Dattatreya, the Lord of the teachers, and I know it from wisdom teachers in musician from my own studying life. So to give fire and fire and fire and fire. So in the all arts, if you study with masters, then it's not just the wisdom and the knowledge of this master you study. It's always the fire behind him or above him. So you go step by step and continuing the fire. So also, if you play, for example, Bach, or kind of these great composers who are not just putting chords and music together from their egos. It's I think it's more than it's a space of enlightenment. If you listen to music of Bach, for example, Bach wrote on every piece Soli Deo Gloria. So it's just for God, this piece. And in this deep dedication to practice this music, to play this music, then it's always losing the veils and coming deeper and deeper into the light. And sometimes it's just with practicing simple scales in music as an instrument. So it's the way how I practice and the way how I play. And so I love this image of giving, also for me as a teacher, music teacher, to give the fire to my students and not just information about something. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ruth, your words reflect the extraordinary way that you play your piano, which we're going to call you to play later. But these are extraordinary words about fire and the teacher and the scales and practicing. deep dedication and light. Thank you, Ruth. I don't know if anybody can follow that, really. Maybe we should go to the next painting. Well, here's the mother. And it's called Virgo, the Sons and Daughters of the Virgin.
For this painting, for all paintings, I contemplate always on the related chapter of the sign in the book Spiritual Astrology and of Master K, and it is a storehouse of very profound concepts, and they let images come to my mind's eye. When I read it, when I ponder on it, images come. And when I was reading here the chapter on Virgo, there came impressions of purity and virginity and of the world service, who are the sons of the Virgin. And also it says that the Virgin is surrounded by a halo of rainbow-like colors of the whole creation, the different levels of creation. So when I started working on the image, I took a painting from Fra Angelico and I removed the child of Jesus, which is in the center of the painting. And I put at this place, you still see the globe which the child is holding, and you see the feet and the form of the child. And altogether, an expression full of the great masters of hierarchy. Many faces of great beings being there. It is one expression but in expressing in many sons of the Virgin and not just one son of the Virgin, and they are nevertheless one son of the Virgin. And so the Virgin is sitting on the earth, and there are skies in the background, and she is the World Mother. The mother, it is the Virgo is at the same time the Immaculate Virgin, but not in the sense of sexuality, but in the sense of the pure quality of matter. The World Mother represents the most sublime state of manifestation into matter. And there, from this, this is like the veil. Creation is described as the veil or the coat of the World Mother. And she is often in paintings, also in Western art paintings, depicted as a starry cloth, a starry coat wearing. And this is the veil of creation. And here you see this veil also going beyond this blue form. You see the reddish part further around. And then you see that she is sitting on the earth. You see parts of the globe of the earth on which she is sitting. And when you closer look at it, you see many people, laughing people, joyful people, forming the robe. The humanity is part of this robe and is part of all these sons and daughters of the Virgin. And so all are together, this expression, because we are all in our essence divine. And we only have to polish a bit the divinity and put away what is blocking this purity. So this purification is the work of Virgo. And the most pure expressions are these great beings of light. But we are all masters in the making. And so also part in this veil of the World Mother, part of the totality of this expression of the World Mother.
Ludger, I really loved what you said, because I think for me the most important thing you said was that the Virgo represents purity, the highest level of the quality of matter, the highest level, the quality of matter, the highest level. And so then you said we have to just polish our purity, just polish our purity, that we are already there. So how beautiful that is. And also the fact that, yes, I never understood why our Virgin in the Western world, her veil was covered with stars. And so she's or and that her
Yes.
her robe is formed by humanity itself, the sons and daughters.
Yeah.
It's very profound what you said. This is a profound painting. Would others like to say what they see, what they feel, what they heard, how this painting reflects within them? I love that she's sitting on the earth. It again reminds me of Mary with the Holy Child. Yes, she's on the physical realm now. The soul's ready to appear and penetrate into form and matter and into the personality.
Andre?
So this beautiful picture gives me this rainbow explosion in the background. It's like for love and light for humanity, and the people in the middle in the rope, they looks for me like a heart, a form of a heart, and she holds this for the whole earth, and yeah, and brings light to it and love. Yeah, that's just what I see in this. I see only love and light. That's my words.
I didn't see that heart before, but I see that, Andre. The Holy Child is in the form of a heart, humanity within it.
Should I more say to the heart, or is...
Yes, please do so.
Okay, sorry, I understand. This heart is, I see the whole masters in there, and the masters, the expression of light and love, bring wisdom to the people, lift them up. That's is what a heart do, and touches hearts to get magnetic, and touch others to get more magnetic. Yeah, to make love to the plan of the world. Yeah, to manifest it to its end state. This see in the heart. World servers like this, yeah, they come to Earth and teach humanity to do the right things, to get in group level, and yeah, lift up to more consciousness, and to get for the next reincarnation to get better in the next life, and this levels up, up, and up. Yeah.
Mhm. There's a detail you might not have looked at. This Jesus, or the Christ child, is wearing a globe. It is called the sign of a king, of the ruler. And in history, it was the rulers were holding the globe in their hands as an expression of the ruling. And this was for me also an expression of the government of the world, the hidden government of the world, which hierarchy expresses. So all these masters form the government of the world.
Birk says on the chat, in the Agni Yoga books, it is said that also Buddha and the Christ are children of the mother.
Yeah.
Ludger, I would like to share that all these people here in the veil smiling, it's just like what our master says, that to experience the joy of existence, which sometimes is hard to do, but it's just very uplifting to me.
Mhm.
Andre?
The people in the heart, they're just like friends, it's like a mitra, the world servers, the hierarchy to humanity. This says they're all friends to us.
Mhm.
Yes, the hierarchy offers so many things to humanity. We stand within the radiance of the hierarchy in gratitude.
Mhm.
Shall we go to the next painting?
Mhm.
Aquarius, the twin gods and the downpour of cosmic energy.
Microphone is muted, Frank.
Carolyn is asking, what is the music that you are playing, Frank?
Classical fragments which reflect the most simple and pure forms that I can conceive. It's a composer from Spain, it's called Fernando Sor, who made these etudes for guitar, small pieces.
Birk?
Yes. When I looked at this picture, what I saw first, and I realized it is not really in it, it's a sword. So what you see as a downpour of light, I see like a sword, and it's like I'm wondering what this is about. Why I do have this impression. And do you realize do you understand what I mean? So from the lower triangle, it is like, yeah. I don't know if I'm the only one who sees this. I know it is not a sword. This is not what is meant, but this is what I see.
Then the image becomes lively. So what you see and what reflects in you is there. Here we come into very cosmological dimensions, and you might not be familiar with them, these expressions. I try to keep it simple as the image is one and simple. When you go to the very top right corner, you see the Great Bear, 7 stars of the Great Bear. And on the very left corner, you see the Pleiades. The Great Bear stands also for the father aspect, and the Pleiades stand for the mother aspect. At the top, there's a light, the original impulse, which goes into 2, from 1 into 2. And you see winged horses on the right and on the left side. And they're called the cosmic twins, or in the East, the Ashwins. These Ashwins are said to be 2. The one is called Mitra, and the other is called Varuna. They are described as being like the content of space, and the other is the container of space. It sounds a little bit abstract, but when you take a cup, there is water inside. This is the content. And then there's the glass. This is the container. And in creation, there is also this part of the, let's say, material aspect and then the consciousness aspect there. In creation, it says that these supracosmic devas of Mitra and Varuna, they reflect on the earth. They go over different steps of descent. And on our earth, they reflect in two parts of the hierarchy. We have the hierarchy of the Himalayas and Trans-Himalaya, which we know, Master Maria, Master Kutumi, and Lord Maitreya, and the great masters of hierarchy. And there is one ashram of the south, of the Blue Mountains, of the Nilagiris, which is not, it is the oldest of the masters, but he is not part of this hierarchy. It is, he is called Agastya. And in this image, it goes from these supracosmic dimensions, the two supracosmic twins. They represented, the horse is the life principle, and they are flying through space, or from the first male, female, or matter and spirit separation they depict. There's much more about it. I just give it in a very simple form. And then when it comes to the next plane, you see here two heads of great rishis. On the right side, you see Vasishta. Vasishta is described as the founder of our hierarchy of the Himalayas. There's a long story behind. I gave some hints into this direction in the last Lunar Messenger. And on the other side, there is an image of Agastya, whom I mentioned there, the one who helped Earth to form to a globe by creating the lower pole and to condense the matter. And not just the spirit, it had to come into a globe. So here, from the one point at the top, it goes into two stars, forming here the triangle. And in the middle, you see the Aquarian pot. The Aquarian waters, they come from seeming nothingness into the apparent something, into manifestation. And this downpour of cosmic energies in our system, solar system, it is represented by Uranus. Here I took a picture of Uranus in the lower triangle, and Uranus is related to these energies of Agastya also, and they are anchoring high energies into matter. And so there's this higher triangle and reflecting downwards in a lower triangle, and the downpour of the waters of Aquarius go down. When you look precisely, I realized it after I did the paintings, you see here a Deva picture in the downpour, like standing there in the downpour. And it goes down like into a big vessel, a container, where the spirit is being contained in a form. And this is a big lotus, a yellow lotus. Here, lotus is the principle of unfoldment. And It is formed here on the planet by Mount Kailash, which stands for the center of the Himalayan and Trans-Himalayan hierarchy, or also center of the first ray of Lord Shiva in Indian symbology. And this outline here is from the Nilagiris, the seat of the ashram in the subtle plane of Agastya, which we also call Master Jupiter in the Theosophical teachings. You find a lot about Master Jupiter in what Leadbeater said and in the books of the Tibetan, and that he is the oldest of hierarchy. And it says also that he himself took, when you take all the other masters together and put them on a scale, that he is more than all together. We cannot imagine this. But this is just now this downpour coming into three mountains. I took for the Western Hemisphere the Matterhorn here, as it is a pyramidal mountain. And this is like receiving it also into in the denser plains there with this pyramid, with the three mountains here together hold the lotus and hold the vehicle into which this cosmic downpour comes down on Earth.
What is the third mountain? You've got the Matterhorn and you've got the Nilgiris. What is the third?
Matterhorn in Switzerland. Mount Matterhorn. It is a pyramidal mountain which is iconic here. And many travelers have been there. I haven't been there, but it is going up like a big pyramid.
You said three mountains. What are one is Matterhorn?
Matterhorn, this is Durga Mountain in the Nilagiris, or the Master Mountain called, different names here. And this is Mount Kailash in Trans-Himalayan area.
Kailash, Nilgiris, and Matterhorn.
Yes.
Okay. Well, everyone, I want to say something about what Ludger just did. This is why we have the salon, because I knew that if we had a salon and we put Ludger's paintings out and he explained them, Ludger would become a tremendous teacher. So we would hear the stories that we needed to hear in the ancient wisdom teachings. And this is an example. Out of this symbolism of Ludger's paintings, he gave us a tremendous teaching. And again, if you don't understand it, then ask the questions. What does that mean? What does that mean? I remember when I first heard about Master Jupiter, he is the teacher. He is the astrology teacher to the masters. And it was he who taught the Tibetan, who wrote in the Alice Bailey books, everything that he knows about astrology. So, well, thank you, Ludger. You are a great teacher through your paintings and then when you share your paintings. Thank you.
Thank you, Risa. And you pushed me forward to speak about it. I didn't do so.
So who else would like to share, add, ask questions, participate, say what they see in this beautiful painting?
There is a few comments on the chat. Redmi says Sword of Light, and Birk says Sword of Michael, again Mercury, ability to this of discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
And Tracy shares, thank you for this profound salon and everyone's contributions. I have learned so much and will listen to the recording for the rest. Looking forward to seeing you to the next salon.
Any
We might be
questions?
we might be overcome by all this extraordinary teaching. Do we have one or more paintings?
We have 1.5 hours done already, and there are so many other paintings which I have, and I selected also more for this, but it is also part of the art to stay in the frame which one has chosen. And so when there's an exchange about it, fine, but to have too much causes a feeling of being flooded. And better exchange later in our social hour and have some hearty conversation and some music.
Shall we end now our beautiful
Yes.
paintings?
Yes, we can come to the speaking the violet flame invocation. No?
Closing prayer.
Yes. We bow down to the wisdom of the East. We bow down to the love of the South. We bow down to the strength of the West. We bow down to the will of the North. We bow down to the headlight Chintamani above. We bow down to the great guardian dog, Pinot. We bow down to the Lord of I am the center. May we be raised. May we be raised. May we be raised to the kings of beauty. Just a look on the next dates before Frank gives us the final piece of music. The next salon will be on 26th of October and then in 8th of February. So keep note this date of the third Aquarian Salon of the second cycle. Thank you very much, Frank.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, everyone. We're going to formally end our salon right now, but we're going to invite everyone to remain for social hour to talk and chat together. And I'm going to ask Ruth if she'll play her beautiful piano for us.